I knew very little about Japan before my first visit, but I'd heard about Japan's bullet trains, the fastest in the world, and read about Nagasaki City in school. In this episode of Nick no Kyushu Tabi, I'm thrilled to ride on Japan's newest bullet train to Nagasaki. There's lots new there. We'll hear comments from the locals, and we'll visit some unique places. Nick no Kyushu Tabi.
Guys, it's going to take off in about 15 minutes. We're going to be on it, and we're going to show you the entire ride to Nagasaki.
All aboard! My trip began on a test ride of the Nishi Kyushu Shinkansen Kamome, 2 weeks prior to its official opening on September 23, 2022. My partner Emiko and I joined a group of hundreds of members of the media. Think about it. How often does a bullet train line open in your own backyard? This was going to be epic. Lots of storage space, beautiful fabric on the seats, and large windows. The new Kamome has a cool design, featuring a red and white exterior with a distinctive logo that really pops. The interior too. It was designed by industrial designer Eiji Mitoka, who also produced JR Kyushu's award-winning Kyushu 7 Stars luxury train. And the reserved seating section was even more spacious, with seats and tables made of natural wood. In less than 30 minutes, we arrived in Nagasaki City. At the new station, I spoke with Hajime Kayashima, the station master, who showed us around and pointed out the many symbolic details of the station's design.
新幹線ができて、はい、どういう影響があると思うんですか、はい、長崎。
やはりですね、より長崎に来やすい状況、短い時間で来れるようになりましたので、はい、多くのお客様にお越しいただきたいというふうに思っています。
The Nagasaki Kaido Kamome Ichiba opened in March 2022 and is filled with shops selling local specialties, souvenirs, and also has some eat-in restaurants. Yori Yori, a local sweet. These are ceramics from the pottery town of Hasami. This restaurant offers Turkish rice. And I found a shop selling a personal favorite, kamaboko. Once outside the station, wow, a big surprise. A massive redevelopment project is underway. Next fall, a new 13-story building with shops, offices, and a Marriott hotel will open. On the other side of the station, the Dejima Convention Center in Hilton, Nagasaki are already open. We stayed at the Hilton and loved it. Modern and very international, of course, but through generous use of local design motifs, it also felt very much like a proud part of Nagasaki. We spoke with General Manager Hirotaka Akura.
長崎に正直言いまして、グレードの高いラグジュアリーホテルがなかったんですね。まあそれでそういう層のお客さんはこれからますます増えるだろうということと。博多からぜひそういうお客さんを長崎に来ていただいて、今までは日帰りでこう帰られてたんですけども、できれば宿泊して夜景とか、クルーズとかしていただいてですね、そういうお客さんを増やしたいと思うので、ラグジュアリーなホテルを欲しいと思って、今回ヒルトンホテルをと業務提携して作らせていただいた。
The nice touches included Hasami ceramics in the executive lounge and restaurant, Chinese paper on the lobby ceiling, and a ship motif wooden staircase. There's an escalator too, but we never used it. The next morning, I headed off to one of my favorite spots to relax in Nagasaki, Coffee Fujio. First opened in 1946, it still has a strong Showa-era vibe. I ordered the coffee set with a toasted sandwich, salad, and soft-boiled egg along with a cup of dark roasted coffee. And just 780 yen. On to another Nagasaki favorite, but this one is much, much older. Established here 398 years ago. I'm visiting the main shop of Fukusaya, the legendary maker of Castella cake. I met with Shuji Tonomura, director of Fukusaya, and asked him what did he think about the Shinkansen connecting to Nagasaki.
やっぱりこうやって長崎が変わっていく年にこう、観光産業に携わるものとしてこう変わっていく姿を、商売をさせてもらいながら見れるっていうのは僕はすごく嬉しくて、長崎にこう帰ってきてよかったなって今思ってます。地元に恩返しができるっていう意味ではなんかすごくこれから先楽しみだなっていう気持ちが一番強いですね。
I continued my walk along the Nakashima River up to Meganebashi Eyeglass Bridge, which might be the oldest stone arch bridge in all of Japan. And I stumbled into a nearby shop. The proprietor makes paper kites that were introduced to Nagasaki by the Dutch merchants who found them in Indonesia. He explained that's why many of the kites are red, white, and blue, same as the colors of the Dutch flag. And where did I see this before? That's right, at the Hilton Nagasaki. Speaking of high altitudes, Nagasaki is famous for its seemingly endless stairs. The number of steps that some residents climb daily is, well, sobering. I found the easy way to get up, the gondola. Problem is, this is actually limited to use by citizens, senior citizens. They have a special card they put in here, and the gondola works and takes them up these very steep hills. It's not a Shinkansen, it's slow. But I'm sure it's very much appreciated. Next, I went underground. I mean, literally underground. This is the Tateyama Air Raid Shelter, which was used as the Nagasaki Prefectural Air Defense Headquarters during the Pacific War. When an air raid alert was sounded, the prefectural governor and other personnel gathered to conduct and arrange emergency responses and rescues. Much of it remains as it was back then. This was for ventilation, and this was the governor's room. This exhibit shows how simple the construction was. Wood covered by thin concrete. And these are doorknobs, switches, and other bits of hardware. Here you can get a sense for a very unfortunate chapter of the city's history, but also one that should not be forgotten. My last stop was Dejima, an artificial island that served as a trading post for the Portuguese from 1570 to 1639, and later for the Dutch, 1641 to 1854. For 220 years, it was the base for foreign trade and cultural exchange with Japan during the isolationist Edo period, and the only Japanese territory open to Westerners. Sugar was one of the most important items traded. It was carried on Dutch ships from Indonesia. White, brown, and rock sugar were used to make sweets, including Fukusaya Castella, which, as we saw, they continue to produce today. Nagasaki is clearly entering a new era, and lots of people from around the world are sure to visit. And when they do, I hope they come aboard Japan's newest bullet train, the Kamome. See you next time!